So I started my exploration with Sufi whirling. It was very profound, it was beautiful. I didn't really ever train with any Sufi order. I didn't have a peer, I didn't have a master independently to teach it to me. I had poetry from Rumi and Shams of Tabriz and Bulle Shah. I had Osho's discourses that talked about Sufism and Sufi whirling. I had the orientation of George Gurdjieff's sacred dances. All of this helped me to find a connection of movement, body and dance within myself. And my Sufi whirling practice was really very personal. It was sometimes at the Osho Meditation Resort. Most of the time it was in my room, which was a small space. I had my skirt, I had my music. I really think they taught me. There was some deep calling from inside that came. So when I started to develop my whirling practice and find my center, it was really something that came from deep inside. Later I started to explore the different Sufi orders and the different Sufi teachers around the world, and I realized that I'm not doing what they are doing. They have a certain discipline and a structure to follow. I wasn't doing any of that. For example, the Mevlevi order will, have their left hand up, right hand down. They wear a specific coat. They turn around like this on the left side. Their foot always moves in a specific way, and it's a lot of hard practice to get into that space, and it's beautiful. I really admire how the Mevlevi whirlers really, present themselves as so much grace and beauty and harmony. But I didn't learn that. I was learning in my room all by myself. So when I was invited to teach whirling as workshops, I really taught what I learned, the way I learned it. And it's developed differently because now when I teach a workshop and I invite participants to move into whirling, it's really a sharing space. It's an invitation to move inside themselves and recognize how the energy in our body is already a whirling form. We see it in life all around us. Everything has a whirling, spiraling form, from a tree to the galaxy, to the movement of the earth, to the opening of a flower, to the helical design of our genetic constitution. Everything has a whirling form. So the forces of creation are whirling. And when we move into that space, we're really aligning with the forces of nature that is already present with us. So I don't think it's something that we have to learn outside. It's more like a recognition and realigning to the natural force that's already within us. And I invite participants to just find the whirl and see where it takes them. And they can move on the right, they can move on the left. I don't give any specific foot technique. I just say, let the music whirl you and see what happens. And some people find a comfortable whirling to the left, some find it to the right, some need to have the hand as a mirror, some just open out. And everything is okay because there is space for personal expression. And I think there's a lot of beauty and freedom in that space.